Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Hey guys, and welcome to Disney WTF, where we talk about what's the fuss about Disney. I'm Richie, and I'm here with Lori, and she's a Disney lover, and I'm just a regular guy that just really doesn't get it, but somehow we've made a way to make this relationship work.
Yes.
Headlines.
So I want to start off with some headlines.
Okay.
So the first headline is actually, it's good news, but it came out of a sad situation. So you remember the little boy who was attacked by an alligator?
Yes.
At one of the Disney hotels?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the beach of that hotel, they're making a lighthouse in honor of this little boy.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so construction has started for the lighthouse, and it's just going to be there as a symbol for him.
That's cool.
And it's pretty cool, like, when you think about what a lighthouse represents. It's like...
A lookout?
A lookout, but also
Disney.
It's a signal on where home is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really put that one together. Cool.
Yeah, so look out for that the next time you're at the Grand Floridian.
Mm-hmm.
Next piece of news, super duper duper exciting. It is rumored, but it's like a big rumor that's possibly true, like going to become very true, that the Tomorrowland Speedway in Magic Kingdom, which is where they have the little go-karts, but really they only go over I don't think they go any faster than 5 miles an hour, that are on the little track. It's going to be replaced by a Tron roller coaster.
I thought Tron was going to go where Speed Track was.
In Test Track in Epcot?
Yeah.
No, they would never get rid of Test Track.
Oh, okay.
I hope not.
I thought I was going to hear that. I thought that was going to be... Because I saw Tron stuff, but I was like, oh, maybe they're going to replace Test Track with it. Okay, so what are they replacing?
You know what's funny that you mentioned that? Because Test Track, that's not the original version of Test Track in Epcot. Mm-hmm. But when they redid it, it looked a lot like Tron, and people were already calling it Tron Track. And then Inside the Magic made this soundtrack that was all Tron music by Daft Punk to go perfectly in sync with Test Track because it was so much like Tron. And it's actually pretty crazy because it syncs up so perfectly. So when me and my brother would ride Test Track, we put our headphones in, and then once you get past the seatbelt check, play. And then it syncs up perfectly.
Wow.
And I haven't done it yet with you because I want to be with you on the ride. I don't just want to have my headphones in. But if you haven't tried it yet, it's pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, no. They're both presented by Chevrolet, though. But anyways.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be like a motorcycle, which you love motorcycles.
I do.
Richie has so much motorcycle stuff.
I do.
And you're going to be riding through the grid, which is what it's called in the movie.
Okay. So I saw somewhere on Facebook that it was going to be like riding a motorcycle. So will it be that quickly or
I think it's supposed to be pretty fast.
Okay.
So
okay, cool.
Get ready to be thrilled.
Yes. Okay.
And it's also sponsored by Chevrolet, who sponsors Test Track in Epcot.
Yes.
Which is unrelated to Tron, although it looks exactly like Tron for some reason.
What looks like Tron?
Test Track.
What do you mean it looks like Tron?
Well, so there's a lot of blue themes in Test Track.
Like blue neon colored?
Okay. So much so that people actually call it Tron Track.
Oh, okay.
And Inside the Magic made audio customized to the track itself that has music from the Tron soundtrack.
So that's the news.
That's the news I got.
Okay. So the news... So before we get into the bulk of what we're going to talk about today, we have some other news, about personal news. So we decided that we're going to go to Japan this year again, and we're going to go where?
We're going to go to Tokyo Disneyland.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been to Disney Sea,
yes.
Tokyo Disney Sea, but now we're going to go back again, and we're going to go to Tokyo Disneyland. So the trip report's going to be amazing. I can imagine.
It might be 4 hours long.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We should try to record on our flight home. Because we're going to have 12 hours.
Yeah, but that's going to be too hard on a plane. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Anyway.
Whatever.
All the
There's no judgment in brainstorming.
So the other thing that I want to talk about before we get into it. So if you're watching the video right now, you can see there's some extra gear that we have set up. And I'm really frustrated because I spent a bunch of time trying to figure out how we're going to make our audio quality better. And I bought a bunch of stuff. I got it all set up. And so we can use 2 different microphones because now we're just using one. And I couldn't get it to work. It's super frustrating.
And fun fact, for the last episode, we also got another mic other than it's the same mic as what we have here. And we tried to use both of them so we could have individual mics so the sound quality would be a little bit better. Also didn't work.
That didn't work because you can't, like, if you are thinking about doing a podcast, you can't just plug in 2 USB microphones. You can only plug in 1 USB microphone.
What Richie's trying to say is this is a cry for help.
Yes.
If you have any tips for us, we would love it.
I'm going to spend hours today trying to figure this crap out with all the microphones. And I bought like a mixer, which you're going to see if you're on Instagram, there's going to be pictures of a mixer that I could not figure out how to work. But we're going to get there. Anyway.
We will. You know what? Everything is a learning experience, and that's really a gift.
That's
it's
true.
the gift of learning.
So, I'm really upset about learning. Anyway, because I'm trying to learn all this stuff. It's frustrating.
Okay, well,
anyway,
let's press on.
So, today we're going to talk about food favorites.
Yes. And
Cult favorites?
I wanted to call it cult favorite foods at Disney.
Let's do it.
And we're going to go to different parks, but mostly stay in Walt Disney World.
Okay.
And it really came up from a question that Richie had, like, why is everybody obsessed with the Dole Whip?
What is Dole Whip?
Yes, well, what is Dole Whip? And we're going to get to that a little bit later.
Okay.
But I do want to kind of go over some of the favorite foods that I personally have that a lot of other people do like. And something that you'll notice when you're talking to anybody who's really obsessed with Disney, or somebody who goes pretty frequently to any Disney park, when they go, they always have to have a certain food. It's like, okay, but I got to get my Dole Whip, or okay, I got to get my turkey leg. But are we gonna get a turkey leg for lunch? Yeah, okay, just making sure.
I think I've had a turkey leg.
You definitely have.
Yeah,
they're delicious.
I haven't had Dole Whip yet though. Oh, and what are the things in Epcot? The little donut like thingies? Cronut. I've had a cronut.
Oh, a cronut.
Okay, anyway.
I've also seen a cronut drop to the floor.
Yeah, and
before.
everyone died.
Yes.
We all died.
The
Cronut.
Okay, so a group of about 10 of us go to Food and Wine Festival a few years back. One of our friends gets a cronut, and it just lands right on the floor out of her hands, completely untouched. And everybody, including people out of the group, freak out.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to see that. I know.
Okay.
All right. So one of the questions that you did pose was, are these foods things that can be found just at Disney? Are they things that you can find everywhere else? Well, some of them can only be found in certain parks. Some of them can be found in other parts of the world. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start with something that can be found in other parts of the world. It's something you can find in Norway called school bread.
Okay. School bread.
School bread. I don't know what the origin of the name is. I don't know if like little kids got it when they get to school, but it's called school bread. And basically it's like a custard filled roll that's a cross between like a dinner roll and a cinnamon roll that has icing and coconut flakes on top.
Okay.
And people who like school bread, I really like school bread. I won't get it every time I go to Epcot, but they become really obsessed with it. It's one of those sweet treats that's not too sweet. It's not too doughy. Mm-hmm. It has a really interesting texture that makes it super unique. And it's probably not something you can find in Florida very often unless you go to a specialty bakery. Mm-hmm. Did I mention it was in Norway? I'm sorry, I didn't.
You did say it was only found in Norway.
Okay, sorry. Wasn't sure. I just got so excited I forgot.
Okay.
So you can find it in the Norway Pavilion, but outside of there, I'm not sure where you could find it readily.
Oh, okay. So let's tune this back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm a little confused.
I know, I got too excited.
Okay, Norway.
Mm-hmm.
When you say you could find it in Norway, you could only find it in Walt Disney World, Epcot's Norway, not the country Norway.
No. Well, yes. No. What I'm trying to say is you can probably find it if you go to Norway, the country.
Okay.
Because that's where its origins are.
Okay, got you.
But if you were to go elsewhere in Florida, you probably wouldn't be able to find it very readily.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But you can find it in Epcot's Norway.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. So I really want you to try it because you have a sweet tooth. Mm-hmm. It's a problem.
I have a question.
Yes.
Epcot. Are there other Epcots in Disney?
In the big Disney grand scheme
Yeah,
of
like
things?
in the world. Or is there only one actual Epcot?
There's only one actual Epcot.
Okay. So you can't go to like Shanghai Disney and visit around the worlds there?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. Continue on.
Okay. That's a very good question. It's a good basic question
Yeah.
to get out of the way. So yeah, I think it's definitely a treat that a lot of people are love. And it's a small, inexpensive treat that you can get when you're just walking around World Showcase.
School
so,
bread. Good
stuff. Yeah, school bread. All right. So the next treat that I have is something that you could find in multiple places, but now you can only find it in one place. So the carrot cake cookie. So this is in Hollywood Studios. It used to be at a place called the Writer's Block, which was a bookstore / cafe that you could go
in Hollywood Studios.
Okay. But they closed it down.
Jerks.
And I was really, really wondering what was going to happen to the carrot cake cookie, but you can still find it now in Sweet Spells in Hollywood Studios.
What is Sweet Spells?
It is a sweet shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like the confectionery at Magic Kingdom, but it's a lot smaller, but you can still find a ton of sweets.
Okay, cool.
And so I love carrot cake.
You do. We've made multiple late runs to Publix for carrot cake because of your craving.
There was one time where I bought a carrot cake from Publix on a whim because it was on sale, and then I ended up returning it because I felt guilty, but then I went back and I rebought it.
Oh my God.
I don't think I told you about that.
I believe it.
Were you there?
No, but I believe it. I believe that could happen.
Okay, so, but it's basically 2 pieces of carrot cake that kind of have a cookie muffin texture and then the cream cheese icing in the middle. When I tell you it's the size of my face, which I have a really big round face, it is the size of my face.
The cookie?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is just such a treat.
Is it bigger than the school bread?
It's bigger than the school bread.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because usually breads are bigger than cookies.
Unless you're at Disney World.
Exactly.
Where magical things happen.
That's funny. Okay.
So, it is so delicious. If you haven't tried it and you're a fan of carrot cake, you must try it the next time you're in Hollywood Studios. I think that the next time I'm in Hollywood Studios, which is something that we're going to do on our next trip, which if you listen to our last episode, Richie was really mad that we haven't gone to Hollywood Studios recently.
Because of that one place.
Because of one man's dream,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We need to find a picture of these foods and post them so we can see what they look like.
Okay.
It's a good idea. Okay.
All right. So, next cult food. This is a seasonal thing. So, candy canes at Disneyland and gingerbread at Disney World.
Okay.
During Christmas time, of course.
Only, yeah. Makes sense.
So, the candy canes, I'm not super familiar with because we haven't been to Disneyland, but they hand make candy canes at Disneyland during Christmas time, and people will wait hours in line to try to snatch up some of these candy canes that are being made fresh in front of them for the holidays. And so it's interesting because one of the questions you asked me was like, well, are these things that you can find elsewhere? Well, candy canes you can find at the dollar store.
Yeah.
You know, you can find them everywhere.
But you can't find the handmade Disney candy canes.
Exactly.
Which is interesting because I wonder, first of all, how many are they making? Like, what's the rate they're pumping these out? Are there like shortages?
There are shortages, I know that.
Do people get really upset? I'm sure they do.
Oh, I bet. Can you imagine being that person that the person standing behind the person who got the last candy cane?
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah,
That'd be really rough.
I would be so upset. But I mean, that goes with anything in life. You can't always get what you want.
That's true.
But I think that if I got the candy cane from Disneyland, I don't know that I would eat it because I'm one of those people who likes to save things and hold them onto them as mementos. But as I've gotten a little bit older, so I just say whatever. It's made to be eaten or it's made to be used or something like that. So I don't know. We'll have to see when we go.
Can you only get one, like when you go?
I think that there is a purchasing limit. I don't think that it's one. I think you can get multiple. But I mean, it makes sense that they would have a purchasing limit if people are waiting in line for so long and then the disappointment across their face and hatred for Disney.
What about the
if they don't get one?
The only other thing I remember too, which I don't know if you're going to talk about at some point, is the gingerbread house. That's seasonal.
I'm so glad you said that because that's actually what I was going to talk about next.
Okay, cool.
So the gingerbread house, for those of you who don't know, can be found at the Grand Floridian Resort, and it's literally a life-size house made of gingerbread where they sell gingerbread out of.
Yeah, this place was cool. I remember when I saw it for the first time, I was like, okay, that's a legitimate gingerbread house.
Yes.
Like, and there's people inside. Like, it's not even like a little doll playhouse. No, it's a legitimate gingerbread house, and people go inside and they're giving out gingerbreads.
Selling
Gingerbreads.
I feel like that's a fine point.
Yeah.
If only. I mean, gingerbread is one of those tastes that not everybody kind of has a taste for. You have to kind of like the texture of it. It's a little bit dry. But I mean, me and my mom and my dad, whenever we go during the holidays and the gingerbread house is up, we will go and get a lot of gingerbread. And so you can actually buy like a house shingle? You can buy a shingle from the house.
Yeah. Which is the gingerbread. Which you can also buy right across from that little stupid shop.
Yes,
I was pretty upset.
I know.
When I found that out, I was like, really? Because we waited in line for a long time, which it's a cool experience, to wait in line, especially if you have kids, I guess. But I don't know. When I saw that, like, you can just get it right across from the gift shop, I was like, really? This is not cool.
Ricard, we learned at the same time that you could do that. So that was a fun fact for both of us.
I know, but still, like, you shouldn't have it offered while the gingerbread are open. If the gingerbread is open, giving it out, that should be the only place you can get a shingle from. You shouldn't be able to get it at the little store that's like right 2 feet away.
Well, first of all, it probably controls the line for those who do know, so that the line is a little bit shorter, so more people are inclined to wait in line, so they can sell more than what they would have sold if somebody's walking by and says, oh, the line's too long, I'll come back, and then they never come back, and then they end up with a whole mountain of shingles that they never sold.
I don't know.
Well, you know what's something that's cool about waiting in line at the gingerbread house, which you said it's a cool experience, yes, but not only if you just have kids, because there's actually a sign in front of the gingerbread house that lists all the ingredients, the pounds and pounds of flour and sugar that go into making the gingerbread house a reality.
But once you read that, it's still, what's the purpose of waiting in line?
Okay, I will say you don't have to stand in line to read it.
Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just one of those things that's only cool, like you just do it for doing it once, and that's only because you didn't know until you find out that you can just go across and get it at the gift shop.
Okay, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna paint the scene for you. Okay. It's Christmas time. There's a giant Christmas tree in the Grand Floridian lobby. There's a beautiful, huge gingerbread house that smells amazing. And there's a jazz band playing Christmas standards up on the second floor, which is true.
Yes, we've seen that.
Okay. And then you're just standing in line, you're looking at all the details of the gingerbread house, reading the list of things that went into making it, and you're just talking to me, somebody you love and care for, about, wow, this is pretty cool, this and that. And before you know it, you're at the register.
I guess.
Well, okay. Here's another reason why you might want to wait in line instead of just going to the cafe or the gift shop. You can get things inside the gingerbread house that you can't necessarily get in the gift shop.
Like what?
Oh, like other gingerbread treats.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they only gave out the shingles.
No.
Oh, there's other stuff in there. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's different.
Okay.
You didn't say that. I thought you could only get the gingerbreads.
I think most of it, though, you can get in the gift shop.
Yeah.
But
I feel like to be effective as like the prop, by not just being to look at it and going through the experience, you should only be able to get certain things from that house during opening hours.
Okay.
That's my advice. If you're a Disney person watching and you like have control higher up in Disney, like send my feedback up. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure they're listening.
Okay.
But okay. Another cult favorite. So that's the gingerbread.
Christmas time's done.
Christmas time stuff. Yes. Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Beverly, which is a beverage at Epcot. Okay. We've never been into here before together. I have in the past. So the Beverly is an Italian soda that can be found at Club Cool. Club Cool is a little area that's right next to the Starbucks, actually. So we should definitely go the next time we're at Epcot. That has Coca-Cola products for sample from different countries around the world.
I've been in there.
Have you?
I remember I had a soda that I really didn't like.
You've had the Beverly before. It must be it.
Because it's terrible.
No, I don't think it's terrible. I actually really like the Beverly.
I had something. It was disgusting. Is it orange?
No. It's
what did I have?
It's like a regular. It almost looks like ginger ale.
No, I had something in there that I was like, and I think it had to be that one because like I remember people be like, oh, you have to have this, you have to have this.
I
remember I had it, and I think I was not happy.
It was probably one of those things because whenever I take somebody to Club Cool and they've never had the Beverly before, I make it seem like it's better than Coca-Cola so that I can...
As a trick.
Yes.
Okay. You're a jerk. I don't know why you do that. I'm pretty sure this sounds like exactly what you did to me. Like, it's amazing. It's so good. It's better than regular Coke. And then it was like vomit, carbonated.
Oh, that is... now you're exaggerating.
It wasn't good. I just don't remember it being good. Anyway.
You know what it's... And I was reading up on the Beverly before we recorded this episode. It's actually a pre-meal beverage in Italy. It's supposed to stimulate your appetite.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah?
Yeah, stimulating me to wanting something good. It was so terrible. Okay.
But I think there's a lot of people out there, including myself, who like the Beverly. I mean, granted, I don't mind bitter things. Like, I drink my coffee black. It's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
I drink espresso straight. It's not about the bitterness. It just wasn't good.
Whatever. I think it's wonderful. And I'm sure that many people listening also think it's wonderful.
Well, maybe.
And those who hate it too, of course.
Allegedly. They're listening.
They're out there. All right. So the next cult favorite food I want to talk about, Tonga toast.
Okay, that sounds cool.
You've had Tonga toast before, I think.
Okay.
So Tonga toast can be found at the Polynesian Resort in both Kona Cafe, which is a sit-down restaurant, and Captain Cook's, which is the quick service restaurant in Polynesian. Mm-hmm. And it's French toast stuffed with bananas, deep fried, and powdered with cinnamon sugar. Does that sound familiar to you?
I can't remember.
Really? Oh, my goodness. So it's by far the best breakfast that you could ever have on property. One, it's super filling.
Oh, wait. I think I do. We had it with your brother, right? And
probably.
Michelle?
Oh, probably.
Like when we sat outside?
I don't recall.
It was like a restaurant where you went, like you picked it. I think I had it. It's like a lot of dough, like a lot of powder. Is this the one with the powder?
No. It doesn't have powder. It has cinnamon sugar.
What's the thing I had with a lot of powder?
A funnel cake?
No, I don't know if that was it. It was at the Polynesian. What's the place that's like a white building and looks really pretty?
The Grand Floridian?
Maybe it was there.
Was it a hotel?
Remember. Yeah, it was a hotel. And it had like a cafe.
I know what you're talking about. Richie's talking about beignets found at the Port Orleans French Quarter Resort. No, it's different.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
But beignets, it didn't make my list. I love beignets, but that's also a cult favorite food.
Yeah, I had a lot of those.
I should have prefaced this by saying, like, I love food, and I love to try different foods. Like, I'll try anything. The only thing I probably won't try, I don't like shellfish and tripe. But other than that, oh my goodness, I'll eat anything. Yeah. And I have a big sweet tooth too. So, Tonga toast. So, at first, I thought you could only find it in Kona Cafe the first time I tried it. And from then, I was hooked. But then when I found out that you don't need to sit down at Kona Cafe and you can go downstairs to Captain Cook's and get it quick service with the same portion size and then a side of bacon to go along with it if you want. Oh my goodness, it changed my world.
See, it's like the gingerbread house thing all over again. Once you find out you could get it easier, it makes your life that much better.
Okay, first of all, an argument for Kona Cafe. They have French press coffee to go along with your delicious Tonga toast breakfast if you want. And it's on the second floor, and you can see the beauty of the Polynesian Village Resort lobby and the smells coming out of the lobby, which everybody knows the Polynesian has a nice smell. So, but anywho, okay, let's just stick to the food, not the logistics, okay? So, imagine you're getting all sugared up, you're getting full, you're getting potassium because you have bananas, so that's awesome. It must be healthy because it has bananas. And then you're ready for your park day, and you can go straight to the Magic Kingdom from the Polynesian. You know what you could do?
On the monorail?
Yeah, you know what you could do? If you park at Magic Kingdom, And then you can just take a quick monorail ride over to Captain Cook's at the Polynesian. And then...
Have I ever been to Captain Cook's?
Yes, you have.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you have.
I don't remember.
It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to have to do everything all over again now that you have this new worldview.
Yeah.
So, and then you eat your Tonga toast and then go back to Magic Kingdom. Oh, it'd be the perfect morning.
But what's Tonga toast? What is it?
So it's French toast, 2 pieces of French toast, stuffed with bananas, deep fried, and rolled in cinnamon sugar.
Okay. You explained it earlier, I guess. I forgot.
It's okay. We've gone over a lot of stuff. I know it can be overwhelming.
Okay.
But it's basically a big block of French toast with bananas.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Although, you know why some people don't like it? The bananas. Because some people don't like, I guess, the texture of bananas. And also these bananas that they put in are very ripe. So they're super sweet bananas. And some people like less ripe bananas.
Mm-hmm.
So for those people, it might not be for them. Let's press on. And I'm really, really excited about this next cult food because it's something that we're probably going to experience a lot of in Japan. Do you know what it is?
Sushi.
Popcorn.
Oh, popcorn. This is sushi.
Didn't see that one coming,
No,
did you?
I thought sushi. Okay, popcorn.
So popcorn, it's one of those go-to snacks at Walt Disney World in America, for sure. People love the popcorn. It comes in different flavors. You can just get it regular buttered, and it's fresh, and it just fills up the smell, fills up Main Street. It's wonderful. But in the Disney parks in Japan, they have over 10 flavors of popcorn. And some of the more interesting ones include soy sauce and butter, cappuccino, milk tea, and jalapeno and cheese. So I can't wait to try all these different flavors of popcorn. And actually, when we were at Tokyo Disney, do you remember seeing a lot of people with the popcorn buckets around their neck?
I do not.
Well, even little kids, kids 3 feet tall have these giant, with 2-foot popcorn souvenir buckets that they bring from home that they've gotten on a previous trip, and they refill them when they're there. But popcorn is a huge, huge thing at Tokyo Disney.
Okay.
And everywhere.
You know what Disney needs to figure out? Disney needs to figure out how to make popcorn that doesn't get stuck in your teeth.
Huh.
That would be magical.
Maybe you could just figure out how to floss more.
No, man, because it's just the immediate, that's one of the reasons I don't eat popcorn often is because I just hate that it gets, I feel like I'm fighting with my mouth, for an hour after a popcorn meal.
Really?
Yeah.
But why don't you get a toothpick or something?
Because I don't have to go through that. That's normal foods. You don't have to immediately floss after and feel like there's stuff fighting you in your mouth.
But you should though, because flossing is good.
I know. That's another.
At any time of the day. It's a different podcast.
Yes, I don't want to go through that.
Okay. Well,
I floss at night, like normal individuals.
Okay.
When they're brushing their teeth.
So
I don't have to do it after every popcorn bite.
Why not just after the popcorn is done instead of after every bite?
Again, because it still feels like it's too much.
All right, Ricard. Well, are you going to be trying all these flavors with me?
Well, yeah,
even though
I'm going to try with my floss.
You're going to bring floss to the park?
You see what's a problem? Exactly.
It's not like it's going to take up that much room.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
All right. So, next cult favorite food, the Mickey Premium.
What is it?
So the Mickey Premium is an ice cream bar that's shaped in Mickey's likeness, and it's dipped in dark chocolate.
Oh, cool.
So it's vanilla on the inside with a dark chocolate candy shell, and it is so good.
That sounds good.
And it's one of those all-time or all-day type foods. People will have Mickey Premium bars at 9 a.m. at park opening.
It's not alcohol. Why would it be limited?
Well, because it's ice cream, and you don't really think of ice cream for breakfast normally.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm saying people will get it at all times of the day because they're at Disney World.
So I just feel like anytime after 10 o'clock, ice cream's okay. 10 a.m.
I mean, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So the Mickey Premium Bar, anybody who eats it knows that you have to start with the ears first. Well, the ears are on top, but it's just eaten that way.
Okay.
But isn't that the craziest thing that people will
Eat Mickey's ears. Yes.
Oh,
that sounds pretty crazy.
That's not where I was going. But
What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say that everybody starts in the same way.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody will always say ears first. There's this one episode.
What's comparative to that?
Huh?
What's comparative to that? Like, what other food can you think of that everyone has to always eat the same way?
Popcorn?
No, that's because you just put that in your mouth.
So I'm right.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, Richie just investigated a sound that came out from the outside of our house, which happens a lot, I feel like, when we're recording.
Yeah. It might have been the mail guy.
Oh, probably.
Bring his mail. Anyway.
So another food that people eat the same way.
We'll think about it.
I would say pizza, but no, not really, because sometimes the way
That's
I eat.
weird if you eat pizza from the crust. I think that's probably a good comparison.
Well, you know what I do? I like tear a piece off of the corner that has a little bit of the pizza part with the crust, just so I can get to the crust faster, because I really like the crust.
That's so weird.
Well, I like dry and bland things.
I've never seen you do that, have I?
Well, that's because we only eat at Steve's when we have pizza.
Well, what's the difference?
Well, Steve's Pizza has a big slice, and it's so you don't normally. I use a fork and a knife. Don't hate me, people, but I do.
Okay,
eat
so
that.
then pizza's a bad example.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
You're just weird.
That's what
Like
I'm
pizza
saying.
eating.
Pizza is a bad
Knife and
example.
fork. Okay.
But you mill on that for a little while and get back to me.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing, you look really tired, by the way. The final thing is the Dole Whip.
Oh, finally. Okay. I've been asking about Dole Whip for like 4 episodes now.
And I was just trying to find the perfect way to incorporate it into an episode.
Yeah. Wow.
So, fun facts about Dole Whip. I found conflicting sources about when it was invented, but it was either 70s or the 80s in Disneyland. And as of 2013, it's actually a vegan dessert.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it no longer has any milk or dairy in it.
Damn it.
Why?
I would have liked to try it with that in it and see what it would have been like.
Oh, it'll be the same. Trust me, if it wasn't the same, then probably many people would riot that they changed the Dole Whip and it's not the
It
same.
doesn't taste the same. Yeah, I guess you're right. Let the market decide.
Yeah, there you go. And the Dole Whip can only be found in certain areas. So in terms of Walt Disney World, it can only be found at Magic Kingdom and the Polynesian. And I heard that it's now available at Animal Kingdom, but
Wait,
I have
only at the Polynesian?
at the Polynesian and at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
And I've heard that it's also coming to Animal Kingdom, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, the next time we go, I think you just have to experience the Dole Whip for yourself. And basically, it's pineapple soft serve. And then you can get a swirl that has the pineapple soft serve with the vanilla. So it's kind of like getting a soft serve of chocolate and vanilla, but instead of the chocolate, you're going to have the pineapple.
So it's like an ice cream.
Oh, it's an ice cream. Yes.
Oh, it is an ice cream. Okay.
And you can get a Dole Whip float, which is the soft serve in pineapple juice. Also very delicious.
Interesting.
It's actually a surprisingly low-calorie food.
What else? Are there other variations of like what you can do with Dole Whip, or that's it? It's just the float and then the mixture and then the regular Dole Whip.
Yeah, that's mostly what it is.
Okay.
Although, they do have something that's also available called the Citrus Swirl, which is orange and
Which
vanilla.
is like a wannabe. It's like a poser
You know
Dole
what
Whip.
the problem is?
Posers. That's a problem.
I think people have loyalties to one or the other. So they'll either like the Citrus Swirl better, which is the one with the orange, or the Dole Whip, which is the one with the pineapple. I personally like the Dole Whip better with the pineapple, but I mean, it's a really, I think it's still a heated debate.
Yeah.
Which one's going to be better? So when you can't decide, what can you do? You get both and call it a day.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely have to try both next time we go back.
So unfortunately, Ricard, I couldn't mention all of the favorite cult foods that are available at Disney because the show would be like 4 hours long, and I think you would just not know what to do with yourself after hearing all of them. But I do want to give an honorable mention to cinnamon rolls, churros, turkey legs, because they should have made the list too, but there was just not enough time.
The churros are a hit on Instagram. I see pictures of churros all the time.
You know what I heard also about churros, speaking of which? That they're better at Disneyland because they are fresher and hotter.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would they be different?
Because they're fresher and hotter.
No, I know, but why wouldn't they just make them fresh and hot at Walt Disney World?
I don't know. I really wish the churros at Disney World are great, so I'm not complaining at all. But to try something that's better than what we have at Disney World, that'll be fun. Egg rolls, also a cult favorite. You see, I can't
There's
keep
too
up.
many. There's a lot.
I know. I can't keep up. And then depending on the time of the year, for instance, when Food and Wine Festival is around, there's cult favorites within Food and Wine Festival that people can only get at that time of the year.
You know what we need to do next? We need to talk about coffee.
Okay.
We need to talk about coffee at Disney. I'd like to know that. Because I know there's Starbucks, obviously, but we got to talk about like the other options and other coffee stuff. Anyway.
You know what I wanted to say about food for our final note? When we went on our trip when we did our trip report, the part of our Taginger hunt, a lot of it was food related.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Ooh.
Disney World and Disney parks in general, they've just come up so much from like when I was 4 years old to become these great food meccas that you can just get so much more than chicken fingers and hamburgers. And I think people think a lot of that when they go to other theme parks, that you have to stick to those kinds of fast foods. But there's so much that's available, which is why like you can't just go to Disney and just go to the parks to ride rides and just be there, but you have to go to eat too.
Yeah, a lot of food options and cult favorites.
Yes. So, do you understand WTF about cult favorites?
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's definitely. It puts a lot more context onto everything, so I'll definitely be able to enjoy and explore better without just like, oh, there's that food, oh, there's this food, and like, the hell's a Dole Whip? Like, I'll be able to enjoy that. But cool.
All right.
Well,
awesome.
If you are listening on iTunes, please leave us a rating. Let us know what you thought. Subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, we'd also appreciate you to subscribe.
So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for listening. We hope you have a very, very magical day. Goodbye.